This is Dan Tortora with Gary Bryant III. Gary, your first season here at Syracuse, just what has been like going through camp so far?
I mean, it's been tough. It's camp. I haven't been in the camp yet. It's been easy. But, we coming out here every day. We competing. We making each other better. And, I feel like we've been the definition of iron sharpness iron. We really out here getting after it. But in these long days, long grinds, and, we just trying to get ready for the upcoming season.
Devin Grant just said iron sharpens iron, and you echoed that. Mm-hmm. Why is that a theme for this team?
Yeah, just because, we got a lot of people filling the shoes of other people, we trying to create a mindset that's across the board. We got a lot of guys that's already there, but we bringing the other guys along, and once we get to that point, then I think that we'll be a really, really good team.
And Gary, the FCS, I don't think it gets enough respect, the respect that it deserves. Mm-hmm. Coming from the FCS to the FBS, from South Dakota here to Syracuse, what can you say about your time and what South Dakota and the FCS did to prepare you for this moment?
Oh, yeah, I think I was prepared a lot. Obviously the resources to me, I think, is the biggest difference so far. But this football, I had really, really great coaches at South Dakota, who instilled the similar things that Coach Fran and the staff here instills in us. So I was kind of already used to the culture that we have here because it was kind of similar where I was coming from.
How did it all come about for you, the dominoes that fell that got you to Syracuse?
Yeah, so going into the portal, obviously that's not an easy decision, but I felt as though that was the best decision for me at the moment. And my biggest thing was just finding a home that felt homey. It wasn't about the money for me. It wasn't about them type of things. It was about where I can go and have an opportunity to play, and where I can go where I know people actually care about me.
And when you look at the linebacker core, you stepping in here, Justin Barron, Marlowe Wax Jr., were leaders on this team for so many years. Mm-hmm. What can you say about the linebacker group that's there now that you're a part of?
I think that we've come a long way since the beginning of the summer. I think that we could end up being a focal point of our team, and we can end up being a strength of this team. We're working every day, and we're just constantly getting better and better and better, and we see that growth every single day, which can be dangerous, especially when we got so much depth in the room. One guy doesn't have to play 100 snaps a game, and we got people that can come in, and I don't think that there will be a fall off of talent or execution.
The leadership that you bring to this team is, obviously you weren't in Orange the rest of your career, but being in Orange now, what type of leadership do you bring, and do you feel like you already have a voice out there?
Yeah, I feel like, I'm more of a lead by example type of guy. Okay. I don't really do the yelling and all that type of stuff. I do when I have to, just to get us back on track and get us focused. But most of the time, I'm just trying to do the right things at all times. So especially the young guys can pay attention and be like, okay, he moves like a pro. Now let me follow his footsteps, and hopefully I can get them to where they need to be so they can help out the team early on.
Why is the world of North and South Dakota so good at football? It's like every year we see North Dakota, South Dakota, North Dakota State, South Dakota State. Why are the Dakotas so strong?
It's just because I feel like it's a lot of talent there. And it's just I feel like the schemes that's ran within them programs and the way that the programs are ran, just off tradition and stuff like that, everybody buys into what is going on. And even the teams that doesn't have as much talent, they buy into what the program is bringing, and ultimately they become good, because you don't really need a team of 100 super talented guys. You just need a team of 100 guys that can do their job every play. And I think that's what that conference is like. It's just downhill football. It's a lot of running and a lot of 13 and 23 and 22 personnel. So this is a hard-nosed conference. It definitely prepares you for different things.
Do you see that with Syracuse? Like you said, you don't have to necessarily be the most talented, but you have to do your job. Do you get a sense here that you got kind of that lunch pail, blue-collar mentality?
Oh yeah, for sure. Here everything is about doing your job. Obviously, Coach emphasizes, you can't play if you can't do your job. It don't matter how talented you are. It don't matter what you could bring to the table. If you can't be consistent and you can't work hard and you can't do the right thing all the time, then you can't be on the field. And that's just a huge emphasis just from our whole coaching staff.